So now we have a new year, 2016. Did you take advantage of the 11.2% median capital growth in our southern eastern section of Australia this year? Whether you did or not, this month of January 2016 is a great time to review your investment property goals and, if required, to take steps to realign the actual situation that you're in compared to what your goals said you would be doing. For example, if you are planning on achieving a $100,000 per year, including CPI income, which you want to happen over the next 15 years, a common objective of our clients, are you on track? If so, great. If not, what are you going to do to get back on track? In an investment sector not related to property, you may have noticed the Australian share index bobbing well below 5,000 these last few weeks, leaving many superannuates having to seriously consider whether to go back to work to supplement their diminishing income. That being because the stock market determines their superannuation pension availability. Pension funds have not, in the main, shown any growth through 2015, and this last month has been very shaky. And as a second consideration, you'll recall that the AXJO index number has been lurking around 5,000 for a considerable amount of time. And it brings to relevance the old adage that money halves in value, that's its spending power, about every 12 years. I'm not a financial planner, and I can only follow statistics, but all is not rosy, and one has to draw their own conclusion with this. By contrast, investment property capital growth performance across the Australian capitals has done very well for 2015, as it has for most of the past 50 years or more. Especially Sydney and Melbourne these last 2 years, they've had a great run. Have you included property in your superannuation portfolio mix? If not, you're welcome to speak to me about this option, which is a rapidly growing one in popularity. And with the Australian loan rates still remaining at their lowest in our memory, this may be a great time for you to consider an interest-only fixed rate loan, which will provide you with sound investment stability while better allowing you to manage your money. Call us if you'd like to discuss this matter. So now I'll give you my 3 penneth worth of opinion, that is my predictions on movement of Australian capital city residential property markets through 2016. Ta-da! Sydney, a cooling market. Melbourne, perhaps strongest capital growth and demand for 2016 amongst the capitals. Perth, experiencing oversupply of residential housing, particularly apartments. Adelaide, slow and steady. Brisbane, it's vacillating. There needs to be a lead through population growth and business confidence to boost that market. There's an ancient proverb which suggests the master will appear when the student is ready. Dramatic as it seems, too many of us put off the stark reality of doing the hard yards until another day. I was 40 before I realised that I was living like a king in exotic places overseas with great allowances, but one day I'd grow tired of this lifestyle, and when that happened, I would not have an independent finance source, nor the savings to speak of, that would help me through. And I had to resolve that I wanted to live, other than off a government pension, I needed to do something. I bit the bullet, called for the master, who was a person who had a decade of experience in the US residential property market with great success, well before it was popular amongst ordinary folk like me. He told me the rules of the business and emphasized the importance of sound research and consistency. He explained that almost anybody can select successfully an investment property in a hot market, but as that market is only likely to remain hot once or twice each decade, what does one do during non-growth times when, according to our formula, you need to acquire your next property within a certain time frame to remain within your goals? Unless well researched, often that second or third property choice turns out to be a dud, which does not only not achieve what you need, but can also negate the performance of your previous successful choices. By the way, the master is less a sales and marketing wizard and more a research-orientated person who is genuinely concerned with your success. At the beginning of this commentary, I suggested that this month is an ideal time to review your goals, and in so doing, if you find that you're not meeting them in the time frame you originally set, to take whatever action is necessary to get yourself realigned. But I know it's difficult to do this by yourself, and arguably unwise, as really you need the master's independent advice. So take advantage of our telephone consultancy program by emailing or calling us for your 45-minute review session. Can you afford not to avail yourself of this free service to our clients? You know the contact numbers, helpline@certainwealthgroup.com, our office number 0385895908, or you can call me personally on my mobile at 0425 281 245. In closing, my friends, I wish you a very successful investment program for year 2016, and I look forward to personally contacting you during the year. My best regards.